7, got to over 10 below inside the tent. You were recommending that I pick up a what?
Over Rainy Pass, they encountered 60-mile winds and minus 30 temperatures.
Yeah, Iditarod is a National Historic Trail like the Santa Fe Trail, the Pony Express. There's about 24 National Historic Trails in the country.
Yikes, this month really got ahead of me. Okay, ideas. Gotta work fast. Let's see, we can do some show from years past. The morning is about 7, got to over 10 below inside the tent. Twin Beals, safety checkpoint. Snow keeps drifting in, and wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have to keep going outside and using the restroom. Definitely icing up. Thought I was dehydrated, so I kept drinking more and more water leading up to coming out here, and turns out the air is so dry, your lips are dry, you just feel dehydrated. But as long as you're using the restroom a lot, you're not. Anyway, past upcoming season coverage. Yeah, hey, again, sorry, this is Dwayne. Looking up the team. Alright, just briefly. So you got a machine, but you were recommending that I pick up a what? Okay. Alright, that's it. Yeah, just pulling it up now. Alright, well, have a good training. Sweet. Hey, this year's model matches the broadcast van and the studio trailer. Alright, I'm in. Let's do this. Okay, later. Project's progress. Hey, anyone working on that book in there?
Look.
1974.
March 31st, 1974. Dear folks, the end of the Iditarod Trail has come, and we have had some very nice experiences connected with it. Stephen saw every one of them come in, except the ones...
SRB, almost like spring today. Balmy plus 4 degrees. Sunny and warm feeling. All day Thursday, I felt like I should check the oil, as I hadn't for over a week. However, I forgot it every time it was out, so guess what? We ran out Friday. The furnace pumped it up and started the first try after the fills, so no real problem this time. According to past years, we won't need another fill until September. Iditarod Dogs race late news. The top 4 teams got into McGrath today. All the rest are within 40 miles. They are into better weather now. Coming over Rainy Pass, they encountered 60-mile winds and minus 30 temperatures. So a chill factor of minus 105 or more. McGrath today, plus 5. The leaders are not so far along this year as they were this time last year, so all are bunched closer together. About Thursday, there were only 20 miles between the first and last ones, whereas last year, at that time, there were 125 miles scattered out. Church attendance today, Sunday school 36, but with only 3 Carmens and 8 Johnsons because they were all sick. AM 40, evening total of 28. So much for now. Be good. P.S. George Atla into McGrath with 13 dogs at 8:45. Dogs look tired. 8 more past Salmon River checkpoint. Well, so long again.
Or, oh, I like that one. Whatever. Nope. 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 Yes. Well, Dwayne Beals, Sled Dog News, here at Unalakleet Checkpoint on the Iditarod Trail. And speaking of, we have a guest with us today from
Anchorage.
Fantastic. Well, Dwayne?
Hey, Dwayne. You got cold hands there.
Yeah, and cold lips, so maybe I'll just let you do some of the talking.
Sure. I've been inside eating bacon and sourdough pancakes.
Oh, that's where it all went.
Yeah, you should. These guys have got a real nice, sourdough pancakes and bacon breakfast for everybody, 24/7.
Oh,
till the Red Lantern comes through. So it's been pretty welcoming here in the community, which is nice. So, anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
He mentioned the historical trail and the interactive map for starters, I guess. Would be a
well,
good
I
place
could
to...
tell you about what the trail is and myself, too, if you want to hear that.
Yeah,
sort of
absolutely.
thing.
Anything.
So, the Iditarod is a National Historic Trail like the Santa Fe Trail, the Pony Express. There's about 24 National Historic Trails in the country that celebrate big moments in our national history. And the Iditarod celebrates America's last great gold rush trail. It celebrates sled dogging and the use of sled dogs to transport people and materials across the countryside. The winter trail, that was a gold rush trail. It's really not about the serum run. A lot of people think that it's about the serum run.
I did too.
But it's really not. And it was established to commemorate the hauling of the golds from the Iditarod gold fields. About 50 tons of gold were hauled out of Iditarod around the town of Flat and Iditarod, usually in 1,000-pound loads, sled loads. And mail was shipped in, and fruit, and vegetables, and basically everything. There was regular mail service from Seward into Iditarod. And so it was pretty much the last big gold rush trail in America. And it concluded with World War I in 1917. And so the gold mining changed after that time, and there was less people in the countryside, and so things just slowed down. And but it was still used and has still been used until Joe Reddington and folks decided to run this race, and they were thinking about a long-distance race, and they hit on the idea of going to Iditarod. Then they realized, well, there's nobody at Iditarod, so how are we going to pull the logistics off? So they decided to come to Nome. And they did that a couple times, and it was pretty successful. 24-day race, more like a camping trip out on the trail. They had to harvest their own moose while they were out there, and bogged down. And but they really brought in all the stories and the lore of the trail. That's really part of our DNA here in Alaska. And went off to Washington, D.C. and lobbied Congress, and Congress established it as a National Historic Trail. So I'm the federal government coordinator for the trail. There's one person in every agency that manages or administers these trails. We really don't own most of the land. The land's owned by a lot of different parties, federal, state, local, a lot of easements out here. So, but we work in partnerships with different groups and governments and individuals.
Well, thanks for doing that.
You bet.
And that's just so I can pull you into the frame a little more. I'm just not sure where we're...
Okay. Yeah, you see the bill of my hat over there.
Dwayne Beals, out.
That was adjacent to another property. And when we tore it down, what had they put the insulation in the wall? Those old newspapers.
I guess they were from 1911.
And at least that far back. We think.
What don't we say?